Today is Friday, February 18, 2022. I'm Pastor Michael, and this is Wilderness Wanderings. There will be no Wilderness Wanderings published on Monday, February 21st, because in Ontario it is Family Day. Our text is from Luke 7. When Jesus heard this, he was amazed at the commander. Jesus turned to the crowd that was following him and said, I tell you, even in Israel, I have not found anyone whose faith is so strong. Verses 9 through 10. How does one get noticed by God? How does one get into his good books? When thinking about our own death, we tend to ask, how do I get into heaven? Let me ask the question a different way. What pleases God? Or to use the language of our text, what amazes God? Now, if you have been a Christian for some time, you probably have already given the standard answer to these questions. By grace, through faith. Ephesians 2, verse 8. Of course, you are right. That's how we get into heaven. Yet I wonder how committed we are to this. No, that's not quite what I'm asking. Here is my concern. I don't think many Christians recognize how difficult it is to hold true to this answer. When we go to funerals, we generally get a recitation of the deceased person's good qualities. Sometimes it gets summed up like this. They were an angel in this life, so of course God will let them in. Heaven has another angel. This morning in the newspaper, I read such sentiments. If I do enough good in this world, I will get into heaven. It's difficult for us Christians to keep this sentiment from creeping into our worldview. In our text for today, we meet a good person. He is a Roman military man, so not a Jew. He was wealthy enough to have helped the Jews build their synagogue in Capernaum. Moreover, he loves the Jewish nation. In this story, he sends some Jewish elders to Jesus because he is a dying servant, hoping that Jesus will do another healing. The elders advocate for him. He is a good man, Jesus. He deserves this request. For unknown reasons, Jesus begins the journey to his house. But on the way, he is met by the man's friends with a new message, containing two things. First, I am unworthy to have you come. I am unworthy of your attention. This man recognizes that despite having done significant good in this world, God owes him nothing. Can we say that? He did not even feel worthy of being visited by God's agent. Doesn't self-worth often subvert our faith? And we get angry with God because we think we deserve better than we are getting in this life. Second, the unnamed man believes Jesus has authority over illness. Just say the word, and it will be accomplished. He believed Jesus could heal by a simple, sovereign word, even at a physical distance. A situation that applies even more today, considering Jesus' presence in heaven. And he knew that Jesus cared enough to do so. Such faith and humility in approaching God's power are what amazes Jesus. This faith isn't an abstract belief about God or the learning of dogmas. It is a simple, clear belief that when Jesus commands that something be done, it will be done. Further, when God acts for our good, it is undeserved. The Gospels are full of stories in which the things Jesus does and speaks amaze people. But here Jesus is amazed. It was not the man's accomplishments, his good works, that amazed Jesus, but the man's faith in who Jesus is and in Jesus' power. We are invited to consider our own faith. Do we believe this about Jesus? Here's a Gentile who understood who Christ is. This passage calls us to possess a similar faith. God owes us nothing, yet he extends his compassion to us. God honors us with his grace, not because we deserve it, but because he cares. This passage invites us to echo another petitioner in the Gospels. I do believe. Help me overcome my unbelief. As you journey on, go with the blessing of God. May the peace of the Lord Christ go with you, wherever he may send you. May he guide you through the wilderness, protect you through the storm. May he bring you home rejoicing at the wonders he has shown you. May He bring you home rejoicing once again into our doors.